along with Venkat, you would have worked with organizations of different sizes, from mid-sized companies to large enterprises, and even some of the established startups, maybe. So when it comes to the sales angle, what do you see as the cultural difference? How does the sales culture differ from a mid-sized emerging company to a well-established enterprise?
Correct. I mean, when I look at it from as an observer, because I don't necessarily do the enablement work like what Venkat does, but I'm looking at it as and supporting him in coaching them, and also supporting to grow our own business, which I think I wouldn't call it as a startup now because it's about crossed a decade plus. So we're slowly growing to slightly bigger size now from a startup. So what I'm seeing is that larger organizations obviously have people and resources, and a lot of those things are available to them in plenty, but their agility to change is not as fast as what a startup system or a smaller organization can have. The agility to change is much faster in an environment like what I'm seeing. So we are able to shift to customer requirements because we are more hungry. So when I see that hunger, in organizations like ourselves to go and make a difference and learn something new, and nothing really is holding us back. Whereas in the larger organizations, of course, there's a bigger culture to deal with, and then the sometimes it's bureaucracy and the processes that have been set, and those are some of the things that I am looking at as an observer in this shifts between what I see there. But of course, the problems are quite similar. I mean, everybody is I won't say use the word struggle, but everybody is challenging boundaries. That's what I see at this point in time: challenging boundaries, challenging status quo, and also challenging some of the beliefs that we've grown up with so far, because what successes worked in the past are no longer relevant for us. And as we move into the future, it's really about each individual's propensity to change. And I think it's not just a large organization or a small organization. I would look at it as an individual who has the belief and the ability to change and make a difference. That is very critical, and that's when you can get team players who can align to the vision, and that's when you can have people who can adapt quickly. So I think a lot of things rests with the individual. At the end, the fulcrum is basically the individual. And when you say in a sales organization, the individual could be the manager or the sales leader driving all of this. So I think it's the belief that the other person has. And another important aspect, Johnny, which I've been talking about a lot these days, and it's a learning that I've had as an executive coach, is the fact that you need to have, something called unconditional positive regard. I when especially in the people development field that we are in, if we want to enable somebody or empower somebody or accelerate somebody, you need to believe in that person and not get your judgments and your biases and your unwanted beliefs come in the way of saying that this person can believe and move forward, and they can grow and shine. So I think that particular mindset could be a great enabler for both smaller organizations and larger organizations, because the larger organizations have much bigger issues to grapple with. But one thing that I've seen in a smaller organization is also the fact that when there is a founder who is very passionate, they should be and they primarily are the fulcrum for the business also, because that's where the seed of the idea and the propensity to go to markets originated. But the people that they're building, they should be able to blend and elevate them, because the founder should not get carried away by their idea and move in a direction which is not conducive for the team, right? So those are some of the things that I'm seeing, both from my own personal experience in growing our business, and also as an observer and an executive coach, looking at what organizations are, grappling with. I'm not sure if I answered what you said, but I hope there are some pointers for our audiences from this answer.
You did. The bottom line is fire in the belly. Whether it is a startup or mid-sized organization or a large enterprise, fire in the belly. From the founder to the feet on the street folks, everyone should have that burning desire to make a difference. I think that's what it all comes down to.